is a book called Crane Boy, and it's written by Diana Cohn, and it's illustrated by Yumi. So look at the boy on the cover. What do you think he's doing? Do you think he is a crane boy? This book is a story that takes place in a country called Bhutan. It's a very small country. The story is about a boy named Kinga who loves black-necked cranes. Let's read to find out if he is a crane boy, and if so, why? Every October, I wait for the black-necked cranes to return. The birds fly over the highest mountains in the world, the highest mountains in the world, to winter in the soft, wet fields of the Fujika Valley, where I live. Here, they grow fat, eating worms, slugs, and the fallen grains from the buckwheat we harvest each year. I want to be the first to see the cranes. I look out my classroom window and shout, "Look, the cranes!" My teacher sighs, "Kinga, that's only a flock of crows." Another day, I see black specks in the sky. "The cranes!" My friend Pema laughs and says, "They're pigeons, Kinga." Day after day, I wait for the birds we call trung trung, with their long necks and their loud, squawking calls. "They're here," I shout. Pema says, "Yes, I see them too." Everyone runs to the window. There they are, flying by. The cranes circle the golden roof of the monastery where monks chant prayers for the well-being of all living things. They fly over the crane center where Kato works. He is called the caretaker of the cranes. Kato tells us about these birds that have visited Bhutan for thousands of years. Long ago, many more cranes came to our valley, but this year we've counted only 203, he says. His eyes are sad. But the more we learn to care for them, the more we can help their numbers grow. To protect the cranes, we preserve our wetlands so they have enough to eat, Kato says. But we need to find more ways to help them, for they are our sisters and brothers. What can I do to help? That night, I tell my family about Kato and the cranes. Grandmother says Trung Trung brings us good luck for our crops. For hundreds of years, Mother says, artists have painted them on the walls of our houses and monasteries. Father finishes his butter tea and says, the cranes bring strength to those who love archery. I want to be a great archer like my father. At the village archery contest, he pulls back his bow until just the right moment, then lets the string go zing. When his arrow hits the target over 400 feet away, his team celebrates with a dance. They each stand on one leg, then turn and jump up and down just like cranes. Wah-ha, they sing, thanking the cranes that have flown so far to bring the archers strength and good luck. Maybe there is a way I can help the cranes. The next day I ask my class, if people come to our archery contest and to our festivals to see the monks dance, would they also come to a festival to see us dance for the cranes? Their faces shine. Yes, our teacher says. We must ask the monks for permission because all festivals are held in the courtyards. Zuzu Zeng Pola, we say, greeting the monks. Can you help us make a new festival with a dance for the cranes? A monk named Sangay says, Our dances have been performed the same way for centuries, and each one takes hours of practice. He sees our disappointment, and his face slowly breaks into a smile. Dancing to tell stories is part of our tradition, he says. But before we can help you make a crane dance, you must first watch the birds and learn from them. We watch a crane standing on one leg, holding it as still as a day with no wind. When I try to balance on one leg, I wobble and fall down. A crane throws back her head with her beak to the sun. Her black head has a spot of orange-red, the same color as the polished coral bead my mother wears around her neck to keep her safe. When the cranes bow down, jump up, and flap their wings, I do the same. What if I had wings? Pema laughs and joins me, flapping her arms. Pema and I say, the cranes are almost as tall as we are. When we show the monks our crane movements, Sangay says, you are now ready to learn some dance secrets. The monks show us how to turn and spin on one leg and then the other. It's hard. I get dizzy. I have to sit down every day. Every day we practice. One afternoon, Sangay says, we sent invitations for the Crane Festival to every village in Bhutan. The morning of the festival, hundreds of people come in their finest clothes. The monks appear first in brilliant yellow silk costumes with animal masks on their heads. They dance barefoot, leaping, swirling, and beating their drums. Now it's our turn. When the cymbals sound, we walk to the center of the courtyard. What if I get dizzy and fall? What if I turn the wrong way and bump into Pema? I'm afraid I'll let everyone down. Listen to the music and wave my arms like wings up and down. I throw my head back and look up at the sky. I imagine flying. I balance on one leg, then spin in a circle with all the other dancers, turning and turning until I spiral up and up, lifted by the same air current that lifted the cranes. I swirl higher and higher into the air until I float down to feel the ground beneath me. After the dances are over, we are surrounded by family and friends. Mother says, Kinga, I will call you Crane Boy. Kato says, Trung Trung are your true sisters and brothers. Then, the guest of honor, the King of Bhutan, says, you have given our country a new festival. From now on, we will honor the cranes with your dances. When the days grow warm, the cranes return to their summer home in Tibet. There, they will build their nests, lay their eggs, and have their babies. I chant prayers for their well-being as I watch them fly away until they are just little black specks in the sky. Months will pass before I see the cranes again. I will be taller. When they return, I'll help Cato count them. I know there will be more. Until then, I will practice turning and spinning so I can dance for them at the next festival of the cranes. And here in the back is some pictures of folks in Bhutan. These are the people who wrote the book. It says, Crane Boy could not have been created without the kindness and open-heartedness of the people we met in Bhutan, who introduced us to their world. Guide Kaseng Dorji shared his knowledge of Bhutanese history and culture. Teachers and students invited us to watch them practice dances for the Crane Festival. We were welcome to visit them in their classrooms and in their homes. The dust jacket of some pages of Crane Boy include drawings of cranes by students from the Baita Elementary School in Phobjika Valley. We also met with scientists, environmentalists, and economists working to protect the habitats where the cranes can thrive alongside humans. We offer this book in gratitude to the people of Bhutan and to the sacred heavenly cranes who have touched the human imagination for thousands of years with their grace, beauty, and majesty. Here you can see the archery, a real picture there. And then here you can see where Bhutan is. There's India. There's China. It's right on the border between the two. And here's some pictures of the school kids in Bhutan. Let me zoom that in a little bit so you can see their faces. And there's the author and the illustrator in the background. Here's the beautiful valley right there. And here is a picture of the Crane Festival. There's some dancing. Those are the monks in the bright yellow. I remember seeing that picture. And then here's the crane dance right here. Oh, and here's some pictures of the cranes. Oh, they're so big and beautiful. They're amazing little red heads right there. And that's the end. Crane Boy.